Today we will be testing the moving average proximity oscillator.
But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the moving average proximity oscillator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 732 indicators, with 293 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Alright, so today's indicator is the moving average proximity oscillator. And you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. And so let's see, let's go in. The proximity index is this blue line right here, kind of oscillating and moving along with this histogram style bar chart here. And so what we are looking for in this particular case is kind of a confluence between the proximity index line, the blue line, and the histogram or bars that are pivoting around basically a zero line. It's not really a zero, it's at the 50 marker, but you can kind of classify it as a zero line, basically a single point. And so what we are looking for is first and foremost when the histogram breaks either to the upside or to the downside of that 50 marker, that single point there. And when it breaks to the downside, for example, what we are looking for is the blue line, the proximity index line, to be under the 50 marker also. If it's not, then we are going to wait and see if it crosses that marker while the red bars are being displayed. And on the top side, we are looking for when the green bars appear on the top side. And so the green bars are to the upper side here, the upside. Then we are looking for when the blue line is either above that 50 marker, that zero line there, or it crosses above that zero line, then we would go long. And so I hope that makes sense. I may have complicated that or explained it way more difficult than it needed to be. Let's look at a couple examples real quick. So you see that we get the break to the downside here with the red bars, and you can see that the blue line is below the 0 line, or the 50 line, basically, that center point. And so that would be a signal to then go short. Right here, you can see that we get a break to the top side with the green bars, and you can see that the blue line is also above that 50 marker, that pivot point right down the middle. So that would be a signal to go long. And so pretty simple. Again, I probably explained it way more complicated than it needs to be. So let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of it. Okay, so in this case, we get the red bars to the downside here, but the blue oscillating line is above that 50 marker, and it stays above that 50 marker. We then get a green bar that spikes up above right here that then is displayed, and the blue line is still just barely up above that 50 marker. So that would be a valid long right there on that one. Let's go ahead and continue on here with this and see if we get to our take profit or if it gets stopped out. All right, so we pick up that long signal right there. We do get a red bar right there that paints, but it's an invalid signal because the blue line is still above that 50 mark. We get a nice push to the upside right there, and it's looking like, what are we at, 50, 60 pips on that take profit, and we get to our 60 pip take profit right there. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, so we get that switch in the bars to the downside right there. The red bars appear, but the blue oscillating line is above that 50 mark there. And it stays above that 50 mark for a while, and then eventually it breaks down below right here. And that's what I meant when we would look for that blue line to cross down into that area. And so that's then a valid signal right there as it crosses down, and we have the red bars. And so that is a short signal right there. And we get a nice push to the downside, which does come down and get us to our take profit. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Go ahead and get that out of the way, and pretty self-explanatory there. So we have the 3 trades and we have the 3 winners, and so we will mark this one down as another 100% winner. Obviously not enough trades to really verify that, and I can guarantee that it is eventually going to take a losing trade and will not stay a 100%. I'm well aware that there really is no 100% winner. I mean, on a small enough time frame, yes. On a long enough time frame, in reality, there will not be. Yeah, nonetheless, it does meet the 100% for the narrow criteria that we're testing at the moment. And so, yeah, all in all, not a bad indicator. It seemed like it was doing things rather well. Would like to have more trades out of it, obviously, but we'll see where it goes once we get into some further testing. And so for now, it's going to go on the yes list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.